Hi guys, it's our list 40 something books, and today I'm doing the top 5 Wednesday, and today's topic is mental illness, books that deal with mental illness. Now, one of my favourite all-time books is called The Secret Scripture by Sebastian Barry, and this deals with the character of Roseanne. And Roseanne is in Roscommon County Hospital. It's a mental hospital, and she's been there since she's a youngish woman, and she is about to turn 100. It's based on the relationship of Dr. Gren, her psychiatrist. He is sent to evaluate all the patients there to see whether or not they can go back into society. Now, Roseanne has kept a secret manuscript in her hospital room, and it details her life. This book is beautifully written. It's one of the few books I've ever repurchased. It is based around Roseanne and her life in Sligo, where she is born into a family and she's the grave digger's daughter. And it describes politics, it describes the Catholic Church and its stronghold in Ireland over the years, and it describes a woman who falls in love and has a child, and the power of the local priest. We see Dr. Gren's story as well, and it goes into his, as he unfolds Roseanne and her character and what really happened in her life. He also reflects back on his own life, and it is a brilliant book, and I think it's well worth reading, really well worth reading. I couldn't say enough about this book. It is just fantastic, and it is one of my favourite books of all time. So the second book I have is Emma Donoghue's Room. Now, Room is based on a 5-year-old boy called Jack and his description of where he lives with his ma. Now, you soon realise that Jack is living in a small room where there's no windows and no way of escaping, and really Ma has created this wonderful pretend world for him to try and protect him, but really she's been imprisoned for 7 years. And when old Nick, the character of her captive, comes to visit, she locks Jack into a wardrobe to try and protect him from the realities of their life. And she does this brilliantly, and her escape plan is based on the courage and the fortitude of the 5-year-old boy Jack. It's an excellent book, and I highly recommend it. So the third book that I want to recommend is Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. Susanna Kaysen is 18 in 1967, and after just one session with a psychiatrist, her parents have her admitted to McLean Hospital. And she spends 2 years in McLean Hospital, and this biography, or memoir, is based on the patients that she meets and the keepers, as she calls them, or the staff in the hospital. It's a very famous hospital in the United States where Sylvia Plath stayed, and this book really reflects on our notion of what is sane or insane and what's acceptable as treatment for mental illness. It's a difficult read in one sense, but a very well written book, and one that I would recommend. The fourth book, and probably another favourite of mine, if you can call it that, because it is quite disturbing, but the fourth book is We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. She wrote a brilliant fictional book about what's the worst that could happen if you had a child, and this is both about mental illness and a sort of thriller, I suppose, as well. And it's based around the character as she becomes pregnant and has her child and brings up her child. And I don't really want to give an awful lot away about this book. I think you should read it open, sort of, if you know what I mean, because there is plot twists and so on. But it's both frightening and thrilling and very well written. And yeah, scary as a mother of boys or girls, I suppose, but it's brilliant. So the final book is Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. Now, this does, I suppose, come under the mental illness kind of one, but not in the sense of the other books where they were quite difficult reads. Bernadette is an architect who marries Elgie, and they move to Seattle for Elgie's job, and they have a daughter called Bea. And this book is based around Bernadette and her relationship with her other, I suppose, PTA parents, and her neighbour Audrey Griffin in particular. And Bernadette finds dealing with the outside world very difficult, and she employs a virtual assistant. Now, I don't really want to go into too much details, But basically Bernadette goes missing, and the book is sort of a lead up from different people's perspectives of the events of the coming weeks beforehand when Bernadette goes missing. And it's funny and realistic, and I suppose it sort of looks at how we could all be kind of seen to be maybe losing the plot of our lives. I suppose you could say, if we look at things from the outside and we don't have all the facts. So that's where it comes into mental illness. But it's a funny and uplifting kind of book in a sense, you know. So I would recommend it. So that was my top 5 Wednesdays books based around mental illness. I hope that you check out some of these books. I would definitely recommend all of them, even though some of them are hard reads. Room, for instance, is about abuse, so I would sort of say that it's definitely adult. Where Do You Go, Bernadette is not adult. It could be read by maybe YA or adult, but definitely Room would be one that I would sort of say there was a caution there, because there is basically rape in it. But all of those books are very well written, and I would recommend them. So I hope to talk to you guys in the comments. Leave a comment and I'll see you soon.